wondered what it's like to succeed as a day trader, and what exactly is a step-by-step process every single morning to generate consistent returns. Well, I'm here to spill the beans today. To me, the most crucial part of my trading career definitely has to be the hours of preparation during my morning pre-market trading routine. In this video, I'll be sharing exactly what I've been doing as a day trader during my pre-market preparation. I'll be guiding you step by step on how I scan for stocks and do news analysis, how I perform technical analysis on the most profitable stocks, how I create my watch list from scratch, how I trade my plan once the market opens, as well as some pro tips based on over 8 years of experience that I'll be sharing with you today. So if that sounds good to you, please remember to smash the like button, and now let's get started with my pre-market planning routine. So my day usually starts around 4:30 a.m. in the morning, since I live in Vancouver here on the West Coast. I wake up without snoozing the alarm, do my morning routine really quickly in 10 minutes, and then I'm at my trading desk by 4:45 a.m. Yes, I used to wake up even earlier and do the morning stretches, yoga, and all that stuff. But no, I'm getting old, okay? 4:30 a.m. is enough. I can't do that much in the morning anymore. But good thing is, my office is literally 10 steps away from my bed. Once I get to my trading desk right here, this is where the real work happens. My first step I do during my pre-market hours planning is scanning for the best stocks to trade. Selecting the right, profitable stocks to trade is very important because you need to make sure you're choosing stocks that's gonna give you a lot of range, volatility, and volume to profit from. Today, I'll be showing you my strategy step by step on how I find the best stocks to trade during pre-market hours. So over here on my screen, you're looking at my trade idea scanner. This is the scanner I use to find gap ups or gap downs on the stocks every single morning. And you can see over here we have this window here, pre-market top gainers. This is what I use to scan for cheaper stocks or small cap stocks to trade. This window is for large caps, that includes mid caps, big caps, and also the mega caps. In this window, I don't use as often, but this is what I use to find the stocks I've gapped down instead of gapping up. So let me show you how I set them up. So really simple here. If you go click the right hand side and configure, you're gonna see my filters. I have my filters set super wide. This is a small cap filter, which we're not gonna talk about, but let me just show you kind of what it looks like. I wanna scan for small caps that's minimum price at $1. And then change from close, 15% minimum. I used to have a market cap here, which you can still do, but I think I just removed it. But for large caps, that's kind of the focus here. So my large cap criteria window is like so. Minimum change is only 2%. Price, $5 to $400. Sometimes I'll increase it to $500 price range. That's okay. Range and volume, I want pre-market to be trading at least 20,000 shares. And market cap, I have, of course, over here. That's my criteria. So whichever scanner you use, you want to make sure you have obviously the symbol, price, the float, percentage change, volume today. That's gonna be the pre-market volume, average daily volume, and the market cap, institutional ownership. And then if you click, so for example, let's say I traded Google on this day. If you click on the stock, you open this up window to see the details about the stock analysis. So you can see that it shows you the float, this is a huge float, market cap, 1.3 trillion only. And then really important is like the short float. For large caps, generally they're really small, like less than 1%. But when you're trading the small caps, this short float is more significant. So it's from these 3 scanner windows that I'm gonna choose the stocks to trade. So normally, yes, I care about percentage change as well as volume today, which at the time when you're doing this planning pre-market is pre-market volume. So I always lean towards trading stocks that are trading really high volume pre-market. Now for the large caps, same idea. I want to see stocks that are trading really high volume with a huge gap up. So, I've color coded my large cap window. So the ones that are trading really high volume will stand out with highlighted color. So I'll trade this one. U is a potential as well. Again, 7% gap up, 300,000 shares. Robinhood, this one will also be a good one. As well as Google down here, you can see it's trading 2 million shares pre-market. So that's really high with a 2.7% gap up. The scanner I use to find my stocks to trade every single morning is Trade Idea Scanner. Yes, it's a premium scanner, so it does cost, I think, $100 per month. If you are more experienced though, I definitely recommend using them because it's gonna save you so much time during the pre-market hours when you are building a watch list. And once again, remember, it's a tax write-off. However, if you're relatively new to trading, you really don't need to purchase any of these fancy premium scanners. I was once a new trader many years ago, and I definitely didn't pay for any premium scanners until my year number 2. If you're just starting out, I highly recommend you to minimize your expenses like these and leverage free tools. So instead of Trade Idea Scanner, here are 3 free tools for you to scan for stocks and build the exact same watch list. Option number 1, Weibo platform on desktop version. The desktop version of Weibo has a screener feature. Not all of these details like the float, average daily volume, or short interest are there, but it gets the job done. Basically just scanning for the highest percentage gapper on the day each morning during pre-market sessions. Free option number 2 is Thinkorswim platform. Thinkorswim has a built-in scanner that's even available on the paper trading version, I believe. Again, it's not perfect, but the scanner will be able to scan for most gappers every single morning. The same could be said about Interactive Brokers TWS as well. The third free option is Finviz, but the free version of Finviz will only be able to show you the percentage gappers after the market's opened, and it's a 15-minute delay, so keep that in mind. So now that you know how to scan for stocks gapping up overnight to trade with either the free tools or the premium options like I have, there's no excuses not to do these simple steps during the pre-market hours. And for those interested in the Trade Idea Scanner, you can now download my exact Trade Idea Scanner settings in the link down below. Alright, once I'm done scanning for stocks in play that have gapped up overnight and I've narrowed down the selection to 4 or 5 stocks, in the next process is where I'll do my fundamental analysis to build my watch list. Step number 2, fundamental analysis. Most of you probably already know this. Fundamental analysis is a method to find the intrinsic worth of a company's stock by checking its finances, filings, etc. It's very crucial if you're investing in the stocks long term. However, when you are day trading these stocks, your holding period is really short. You're buying and selling the stocks within the same day. So yes, while fundamental analysis still matters, but as a short-term trader, you don't need to perform this analysis as in-depth as you would if you were an investor. During my pre-market fundamental analysis, I'm basically reading all the news catalysts on the 4 or 5 gappers that I've selected from my scanner. Essentially, I want to know why these stocks are gapping up overnight with so much volume. When you're reading the news, you should note any earnings, major geopolitical events, corporate news, mergers, acquisitions, changes in management, basically anything that's contributing to the stocks gapping up or down. I know the internet can be a huge dog pile of unsorted information and all of that mess. So to scan for the news fast enough and get all the information I want as a trader during pre-market hours, I use 2 tools to help me. Number 1 is Benzinga Pro and number 2 is Briefing.com. Let me show you how to use both of these news platforms. So over here, you're looking at Benzinga Pro. This platform is web-based, and it's essentially a news feed service for traders, but also has some scanner components to it. So on the right hand side, on the details tab, that's where you see all the news tab over here for the individual stocks. And I use a calendar function in earnings over here a lot to look at the stock's earnings reports. On the left hand side is a scanner. I don't like their scanner as much as Trade Ideas, so I mostly use Benzinga just for news research. So if we go to earlier on some of the stocks that we looked at, for example, Google on the gap up, I think like 3% gap up that we saw, we can see, look for why the stock is gapping up. So you can scroll down on the news window and see all the historical news events for the stock. So if you miss one day of trading, it's really easy to find the information you need on any given day. You can see on this particular day, Google stocks gapping out a lot higher on continued momentum following the company's event reveal yesterday. And it's during that event that they talked a lot about AI, including search and including in Gmail over here. So you can see from a lot of these news headlines, analysts love what they saw. And that's why you have a lot of upgrades from Oppenheimer, Bank of America, and JP Morgan the next day. That's also helping with the overall gap up. As you probably know by now, some of my favorite stocks to trade are the ones that are gapping up or down after earnings. And using Benzinga and briefing are just really quick ways for me to read the earnings news, the headline, as well as the summary. And remember, earnings seasons happen 4 times a year. So basically, I use Trade Ideas to select a couple stocks, and I use Benzinga to find out why the stocks are gapping up or down, and then I'll paste everything that I have gathered into a Word document. So it'll be something like a ticker, price, and the reason why the stock is gapping up or down, so I can really quickly see it and remember. So this is how I start putting together my trading plan. So basically, all of these watch lists are in this little folder. I have years of these like watch lists in my little notepads with the tickers, the summary, and the trading plan. And basically, these same watch lists is shared in Humble Trader community on Discord. So you see the exact same thing that's posted every single day pre-market at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So basically, you can see all of these watch lists as text commentary over here. That's the game plan for the day. And as well as a recording of the trade planning process over Zoom. Besides the news catalyst research that you just saw on Benzinga Pro, another extremely useful feature is a squawk box over here on the top left-hand side now. This is where you're gonna hear Benzinga Charlie, aka my one true love, announce out loud the real-time news alerts, headlines, any breaking news, and most times he's gonna be saying it really fast before anything can be written or published online on the online article sites. Once again, every millisecond counts in trading, and the reason you're paying for these tools is so it can save you time. You can use that time to make money. I know this pre-market trade planning process may not sound sexy nor fun, but trust me, if you do just this one thing every single morning, you are already off to a way better start than 90% of other traders out there. The truth is, most of the work in trading is done outside of market hours and definitely before you enter a position. It's a preparation that you must put into your trades, either pre-market, after hours, or before bed, that's going to give you a better chance of making it in this game. The next tool I use for stock analysis is Briefing. Briefing is another premium subscription service for news and fundamental analysis. But I would say the research on Briefing goes a lot more in depth for the large cap stocks, especially if I want to research stocks that are gapping up due to earnings reports. Every single morning pre-market, they provide you a very detailed pre-market gap up and gap down summary with key stocks in play and the headlines. So it looks something like this. You can see all these stocks are gapping up and they give you a summary of why. So that's also a really quick way to just scan for stocks and get the news summary at the same time. Both of these news platforms like Benzinga and Briefing, they are premium paid resources. And essentially you're paying for the convenience to save time every day during pre-market hours. But you know me, I'll always provide you, my subscribers, with a free alternative. These free options, they may not be as fast because they are often at least 15-minute delayed, but they do get the job done when it comes to news analysis. These free resources are Stock Market Watch and FinViz once again. By the way, I know I don't talk about fundamental analysis that much on this channel, but if you want to see me going over an in-depth fundamental analysis strategy, then comment my ex-husband's name, Mike Bagholder, down below. Because I fundamentally should have ended that marriage way sooner. Now it's around 5:15 a.m. or 8:15 market time. With my stocks and news fresh on my notes, it's time for us to do some technical analysis. Whew, so exciting! This is a time where I plan out my trades, do some charting, and plan out my overall trading strategy before the market opens. So, what I'm about to show you is a step-by-step process for creating a trading plan that includes entries, exits, and risk management for regular hour trading as well as pre-market trading. So over here, back on my TradingView platform, let's take a look at Google once again. So you can see this day when it gapped up and showed up on our scanner like earlier, it was trading at around 115. Now, if you look at on the daily chart over here, if you zoom out on the daily chart, you can see the stock is gapping up to some major key level on the daily. Now, this could act as resistance, but if it's broken out and held above it, it's gonna become new support. So that's the reason this is the most important area, and that's gonna be what I call the key level on the stock. And if the stock is able to break above that level and hold above it, then you're upside to the next level, which is around 117 over here on the upside for the stock. So when I'm planning for this strategy, by the way, this is also a strategy that I've talked about many times before on the channel, the gap up long strategy. If the stock that gaps up with positive news is able to hold above daily key level, then it's a long on every single dip, especially above VWAP to the upside. So once you've done the basic technical analysis on the daily chart and find the overall sentiment and thesis, step number 2 is to find your perfect entries and exit levels. This step is very important because while yes, you want to see the stock going to hit your price target, in this case 117, 118, you also want to be prepared in case it doesn't go according to your plan. So that's why you need to have a stop out area for risk management. So in this scenario, earlier we talked about the entry will either be a break of the key level 115 on the daily, or every single dip at VWAP here or here, and the price target will be on the daily resistance levels all the way around, this is what, 116.80s and then 118s all the way up here where you see some resistance for the stock, and the most extreme one will be 121. So those will be your price targets. And the stop loss in this case, overall big picture, I prefer to use 115. However, as the stock gets further and further away from your key level, you want to use VWAP as your next stop. You don't want to risk all the way down here. So I'll be longing here over 115 to the upside and have VWAP be the stop loss area. And once I have the basics of my plans with the fundamentals, the technicals, key levels, and entry points, that's when I'll quickly type them out on the watch list notes, like you've seen earlier, which I'm gonna be sharing with my Humble Trader community members in just a little bit. At 5:30 a.m. local time or 8:30 market time each morning, my team and I do a live pre-market trade planning session with everyone in my Discord community. So all the traders can truly understand our thought process, news analysis, and overall technical analysis sentiment of the stocks in play. At 6 a.m. my local time or 9 o'clock market time, once the pre-market trade planning is done, the written watch list is then posted to my Discord trading community. Very important to note here, learning to build an actionable watch list is not the same as just following buy or sell alerts. When you follow alerts, you're just blindly getting in and out, and you'll learn nothing and will never be able to trade on your own. But when you learn the right process and plan for your own trades, all the entries, exits, key level, and of course, risk management area, you're learning to think for yourself and warming up your trading skills the right way every single morning. Okay, so now that all the hard work is done during pre-market hours, we have our stocks to trade, we have the technical analysis, fundamentals, and a written watch list and trading plan. It's time for us to start trading at 6:30 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. market open. So I'll trade from the market open 6:30 a.m. my local time to about 8 o'clock and execute on all the strategies I mapped out beforehand during my pre-market trade planning session. And what's so great about trading the open in the first 30 minutes of the day is that you almost always get immediate price movement on the pre-market gappers. So basically, all the planning and thinking was already done before the market even opened. And at the open, when the bell rings, I just click buy or sell or stop out when the stock crosses the key levels I planned out. That's why it's so important for you to learn to plan your trades and trade your plans. Trading in the stock market without a plan is like going to war without a weapon or getting married without a prenup. Okay, I'll stop. And if you're a part-time trader who has a limited amount of time to trade before having to go to work, the opening 30 minutes to an hour will be perfect for you. That's when you can make the quick trades, execute the plans you prepared for during pre-market, and be done with trading for the day, and head on to work. Hopefully on time. Usually I'm done with most of my trades by 9 o'clock my local time, or 12 o'clock market time. After this, I'll take a 30-minute power nap, grab a snack, and come back to my trading desk because even though I'm done with most of my own trades that I planned out earlier this morning, my day is far from over. Midday during market hours is when I spend a significant amount of time helping other traders within my community. I answer direct messages, review trades, and provide feedback on all the charts that's posted on the channel. I know some of you might be asking right now,
really, Humble Trader? You're done trading at 12 o'clock? You still have the entire afternoon and power hour.
Don't get me wrong, when I first started trading, I would find time during my lunch break from my 9 to 7 job to try to trade on my phone during the afternoon and power hour. However, I've discovered that after a certain time in the market, I start boredom trading or revenge trading. And just like my marriage with my ex-husband, that leads to disasters and empty bank accounts. Remember, trading full-time doesn't mean trading all the time. It means to fully optimize the hours where you are the most profitable and stop trading when you start giving back your profits. That's why I allocate most of my hours after 12 p.m. market time to mentoring other traders in my community. About once a week or so, I'll go check out Oren's swing trading watch list. And if I see a stock that aligns with my strategy, risk tolerance, and trading plan, I'm gonna take the swing trade idea from his swing trading watch list. Okay, I know I just threw a lot of information at you. If all of these pre-market trade planning process seems overwhelming, don't worry. While you learn the ropes on how to build your own pre-market trading routine, I can help you at least narrow down some stocks to trade. I have a free weekly watch list email that I send out every single Sunday. The link is in the description below. Now that you know my exact pre-market trade planning routine, who would I be if I didn't provide you with some bonus pro tips? Pro tip number 1, plan your trades the night before. To save some planning time for you the next morning, I recommend you to start narrowing down a list of potential stocks in play for tomorrow. These will often be the top gainers on the day, basically the stocks that's holding the strongest breakout at the end of the day each day. Again, you can easily find these stocks on your Trade Idea scanner or even on the free resources as well. Second pro tip, keep a trading journal. Well, if you've been following my channel for a while, then you know I'm a big proponent of keeping a daily trading journal. It's important for you to track your trading performance as well as key data about your behavior. Remember, what gets tracked gets improved. If you're looking for a free journal to get started, you can get one for free down below. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to drop a like and subscribe. If you're looking for a trading mentor to work with you one-on-one, we have a few very limited spots open. You can book a free strategy session with my team down below. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'm the Humble Trader, and I'll see you guys next time.